Fantasy Football Buddies with Max and Jordan. We're doing this show to talk about fantasy football, the NFL, anything really that's on our mind, but mainly about fantasy football and the NFL. And we're excited to start. This is the first one.
We want to touch a little bit about fantasy. We want to talk about the weekly picks. We want to give suggestions to people to play. I personally consider myself an expert.
You're a douchebag. Douchebag.
I don't know about you. You kind of suck, but I feel a lot of people take themselves too seriously with this. A lot of YouTube channels with talking about fantasy, they're just there giving you stats. We want to kind of have fun with it, and that's kind of the purpose why we started this.
Absolutely. I mean, those guys are just nerds anyways, you know?
Bash nerds.
We're bash for freaking nerds. No, I mean, as long as they look nerdy, it gives them credibility. We're just a couple of dudes. We're here to have fun with you.
Guys, we're just guys being buds, We're the fantasy buddies.
Buddies, man. We got to keep the buddies up.
So we're just going to go over the top 5 backs, both standard and PPR. You give me your top 5 standard league backs this year.
I'm happy to do that. But first off, screw you, buddy. My picks are phenomenal. Second, I'll start in my non-PPR. So my first pick would be, no questions, obvious answer here, but Christian McCaffrey. I think that's pretty universal. I mean, he is coming off that injury and he's probably dead. Great offense, a great coach, it seems like, the new coach, and who knows what Sam Darnold will do.
Yeah, they've got an amazing quarterback who doesn't suck at all.
Right.
You rolling with number 2 then?
Number 2 I am, and I hate to say this, you piece of shit.
Sony Michel.
Who did I pick?
Sony Michel.
The dude's a tank. He doesn't get hurt. He just runs over everybody. It doesn't matter if he even catches the freaking ball. He just does it. He produces.
Every time you talk to him, he's so slow. He just plods forward. He's just going to hit his little chicken legs and he falls down.
So, number 3.
Warning. The joke you're about to hear is so incredibly unfunny that it may cause stroke due to cringiness. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is probably maybe a little more controversial, as, according to some, but Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley.
I was warned in advance about the unfunny joke that I was going to hear, but I chose to listen. Because of that joke, I don't think I'll ever be the same.
That guy.
I don't know who that is. Can you please not use a stupid made-up name?
Dude, I thought you were an expert. What the fuck?
Yeah, but the average person. Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley.
Just say his name. Like, come on.
All right. Saquon Barkley, number 3. He was hurt last year, but it was early in the year. The guy's one of the most gifted guys I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. And I think the Giants probably are going to be better. So I'm going number 3. I don't see it as a bad pick.
I mean, I think you're wrong. Like, I think there's better backs. Obviously, he's a very good back. He might be dead for all we know. I haven't seen him in a year. But, I wouldn't even have him in my top 5. I'm just saying that.
Number 4. I mean, you could toss this guy in the number 3 spot too, Dalvin Cook. But the dude's an injury waiting to happen. At some point, he's going to get injured. And, sometimes he just falls off the face of the earth, too. I don't know what happens to the guy. So I just don't trust him. But, he's too talented, too explosive not to put at number 4.
I don't disagree with that. I mean, the guy gets touches and he's explosive. As you said, he could die at any moment. It's definitely an injury waiting to happen, but damn, is he good.
Yeah. And, he doesn't really have any. Madison kind of blows. Every time he's getting in charge, he really doesn't produce like Cook. He's clearly.
What about Mike Boone?
Mike Boone. Oof.
Mike Boone's the second coming, I'm pretty sure.
He could be, but he still needs time to develop.
But he blows. That's the problem.
But he blows. I think that's ultimately
By the way, I hate Kirk Cousins.
All right, my fifth and final option for today's non-PPR until we go to Lil Zolti's.
Hi, my name is.
And I had a little trouble with this one because I actually am, as my brother would say, bellissimo on a certain guys, which translates to bullish. But I'm still hurting, but it's not. We'll fix this later if I change my mind. Alvin Kamara.
Oh God.
I know what you think. Gotta say it.
I think he's the best back in the league. Two. Wow, and he sparkles too.
That's $1 million smile.
I mean, I disagree with that completely. I completely forgot about him. I mean, every now and then he has that 40-point game, but
Right.
every year he's a disappointment.
Yeah.
And I don't. You don't want backs or in committees. I don't even know who they gave carries to Latavius Murray last year. Before that, Ingram.
I know. I hate it too, man. I hate it. But I put him there because he can go for like 6 touchdowns, but with Drew Brees gone, it's going to be a different offense. And
So yeah, do you think that helps or hurts him? Do you think having I don't even know who Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill, either one blows, doesn't matter. Do you think that hurts him?
I do.
Teams are going to be more focused on him, like stacking the box. I don't know.
I do. I really do. And I don't know. I've never been like a huge fan of him anyways. Like, honestly, I just, like you said, he's too inconsistent with some of his playing styles on him. So I'm going to keep him at 5 for now. I think it's fair enough. I kind of danced a little bit with that fat shit Ezekiel Elliott, but he's kind of fat now and he's a pig. Nick Chubb was tempting though. Tempting.
I'll give you that. Nick Chubb's a stud. He's absolutely a stud.
When he's if it wasn't for a freak injury last year, he would have been top 3 backs, I think.
He's still probably finished in the top 10, I'm pretty sure, even with the injury and missing games, which is impressive.
Definitely. Anyways, Zolti, your turn, buddy. Let's hear your top 5.
First and foremost, the thing I look for in running backs is touches. I want a back that's going to get 20 touches a game, whether that's both receiving and rushing. It doesn't matter. I just need someone to get volume. That's the only way you can have success in fantasy. You get too many committees nowadays. It's hard to kind of find the workhorse anymore. But so number 1, it's C-Mac. I can't go off of that. I mean, this is all pending health. In 2019, over 1,000 yards rushing, over 1,000 yards receiving, 19 total touchdowns. I mean, you can't beat that production. The guy's been a stud.
No, yeah, dude can break out in any play. And one thing I think in that top realm, I always look for, except for in Derrick Henry, just because he's a fat load. That just moves the ball no matter what, is someone who he's more than a running back. He's like a play, he does anything. He catches, he runs, he blocks, he's everything. He's a weapon.
Number 2 is Derrick Henry. It's not even close. He should be number 1. Just couldn't give it to him. I mean, we're talking about a guy that had 2,000 yards last year. He's an animal. Obviously, they're going to feed him again this year. They don't have a choice outside of A.J. Brown. I'm not going to lie, it's pretty weak. They'll give him the ball 20 times a game. Their O-line will be a little healthier than last year, and I think he has a chance to repeat.
Yeah, he was having a year last year. I won't even argue it, even though he's a toad.
Number 3, and this one definitely pains me, but just based off of the last couple of years, I have to go Dalvin Cook. I mean, he had 2,000 all-purpose yards last year, 19 touchdowns, and he missed 2 games.
My only argument, if I was going to create one, is that, he's just so freaking injury prone. He might break his leg or, his bone will come out of his socket or something. You never know with this guy, but can't argue that pick.
I'll break your bone, pal.
I bet you will, girl. Let's go.
Number 4, you're gonna make fun of me for this one, and that's fine.
I was
the biggest hater last year. I shit on your brother for even attempting to trade this guy. Jonathan Taylor, he's a stud. He finished in the top 4 in points last year. He missed a few games, which is crazy to think about, and he would consistently get over 20 rushes a game. I think when you're running behind a psycho like Quentin Nelson, you're going to get yards. They're going to run the ball. Wentz blows. they're going to run. So I think they're going to feed him. He's young. He's got freaking tree trunk legs. He's ready to go. I think Taylor this year is definitely a top 5 guy. as much as I was a douchebag about it last year.
I can live with that.
Number 5, I went Nick Chubb. I mean, the guy still finished top 10 in standard leagues last year, and he missed 5 games. When you think about that, that's pretty amazing. They feed him. The Browns' offensive line is really good. I hate to say this because I say this about every quarterback that we talked about, but Baker Mayfield blows. Just terrible.
I will say with the Chubb thing, dude gives me a Chubb. Let's be honest. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Come on.
even with Baker Mayfield as quarterback, I like his coach. I like the new coach, and then Hunt behind him. Would have scared me, but Chubb proved all the doubters of that wrong. He's a top 5 back, and maybe even in PPR. More to come.
No. Fuck out of here.
I know. He's that talented. He is that talented.
Are you some sort of gabagoo?
He is that talented, but he wouldn't be a top 5 in PPR.
No, the guy has dick hands. He can't catch for shit.
I think they just don't use him.
Man, can he run?
He can run. He's the best. I think he's the best pure runner in the league. He may very well.
Behind Derrick Henry, I give you that.
Maybe, yeah. But if he wasn't hurt last year, who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
It's a mystery.
Yeah. All right, turd face. Start with the PPR. And obviously, my first choice. Who else but Christian McCaffrey?
I'm itching to argue, but I can't. I mean,
Right. Okay. I mean,
I have him number 1 on my list too. Spoiler alert.
well, my number 2 guy, I think it's pretty obvious, but it's Dalvin Cook, the turd alert who always gets hurt.
What? Why is that obvious? I'm just
Dalvin Cook for sure for me. I mean, I had another thought, but anyways, he's the guy.
Keep your thought. You've had too many thoughts. I think you need to slow down, buddy.
Never.
You're gonna hurt your head.
Okay.
You're gonna hurt that little melon of yours.
Dude, my melon is twice the size of that melon. You got melons in your bicep, though.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I got a tiny ass head.
All right. Let's do number 3, and it is Alvin Kamara. I mean, Matthew Berry, all the other experts are all going to say him, probably number 2 even.
Matthew Berry.
And then he's going to say, they give you about a monologue of his life and how he saw aliens when he was a kid and then how he was touched in the butt by his uncle. Hey.
I honestly think he gets his power from the nose ring.
It could be.
It doesn't seem to work for Elliott. He blew, but I mean, I think it works for him. I don't know what it is.
It's because of that other ring down there. That he like.
It's a connection between the 2 rings.
All right, Alvin Kamara, number 3. Number 4, I mentioned he's dead, but maybe he's coming back to life this year. Saquon, excuse me. With all due respect, Zolty. Saquon Barkley.
I don't get it. It's just a stupid name. You're a stupid idiot, and I hate you.
Fine. What do you think of that one? You got any words of
number 3?
No, 4. He's 4.
No, I like it. I had him high on my list too. I'll be honest with you. I kind of forgot about Kamara. I don't know why. I didn't even have him on my list. I'm that fucking crazy. All right.
Yeah.
Look at these eyes. I'm that crazy.
Look, so Zolty's draft strategy is to get good guys, but then just trade them. Just trade them.
Just draft whatever, and then just trade my entire team. You're actually good at drafting. I'll give you that. You're a choke artist. You blow it in the playoffs every single time.
Little Zolty, I lost my first 5 picks in the draft this year. My top 5 players. I had to, and I still won the regular season. I don't do anything.
Did someone lose his players this year?
Unbelievable. What a penis face. All right, so number 4. I told you that already. Did you want to comment on him? You chose?
No, you said number 3 was what? You
No, I said 3 was Kamara, and then 4 was Sequeef.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, pal.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah.
Friend.
All right. So what? Are we on number 5 then?
And then number 5, Ezekiel Elliott. He fell off a cliff.
I don't get it. You don't have him in your standard where that guy if anything, you could make an argument for it, but you're going to take PPR?
I know. First few games before Dak got hurt, he was literally gaining so many points off of receptions. It was crazy.
Do you have any proof of that, or are you just pulling it out of your ass?
No, I do. I looked it up. I mean, I'm a genius.
What do you got for me? What do you got for me, Mr. Facts?
Look it up, son.
Listen, you stink. C-Mac, since 2017, he's had over 100 targets a year. Number 2, I had Sequeef. Right? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, I've understood.
Cool. Yeah, cool. Saquon, before he got hurt, the year before he had 91 receptions. Number 3, and I really don't understand how you left this guy off your list, is Austin Eckler. He had 108 targets last year, and that was with Herbert playing half the year, because Tyrod Taylor was awful. He didn't even play most of the year. The guy catches balls like your face. Number 4, I'm going Dalvin Cook. No reason, just because.
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
And lastly, I'm going JT. I'm going Jonathan Taylor.
Again with the Jonathan Taylor.
Well, yeah, once again, top, 20 touches a game. He was seeing a lot of targets. I'm honestly surprised that you left out Kenyon Drake, seeing how you're his number 1 fan.
Well, I am the number 1 fan in the fan club. It's true.
You'll always be my hero.
That's our top 5 way too early running backs, non-PPR.
Way too early. Definitely fucking wrong. Half of them will probably be dead by the first week.
Right. The player we will never draft again.
Players that I've drafted or traded for that I want to burn in the pits of hell. So that being said, who do you got?
When you said the burn at the pits of hell, I couldn't think of anyone but Joe Mixon. Dude fucked me.
All day. Let's see how he handles this fourth quarter in a tie game. With a second down and 7, it goes off the bench.
God damn it. That was my pick.
He just blue balled me for 5 games, had one huge, massive game, and then and then he said came back with the next game, and then IR.
And trust me, I know he had a big game because you wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
Right.
Maybe a sleeper pick. Who do you got for a running back? Who do you think this year that might be better than he was last year, or you think that could continue to be good that people are sleeping on? Who do you got?
Great question. Way too early sleeper pick. Cam Akers. He was great last year.
Akers. That's a good pick. Personally, I think maybe AJ Dillon could be in for a big year. They got rid of Jamal Williams. It's a good offensive line, and they probably want to take a little pressure off Rodgers as he's getting older.
Right.
By the way, why do they have Rodgers hosting Jeopardy? Like, what made him like a pick? Like, he doesn't seem personable at all. He seems like an absolute prick.
Letters here, just for everybody out there in Packerland and yourself today. RELAX.
All right.
All right, folks.
Oh shit, we're live?
Our first episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe.
Subscribe.
You know that algorithm loves it. YouTube, subscribe, please.